But I mean, still, the perception is. I mean, I'm a big fan of yours, and I have a lot of respect for you. Okay, but I'm just saying, some people might still think that, you better not mess with Mickey because, he might hit you or something.
Well, about 2 years ago, I walked into Gold's Gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I knocked out some dude.
Right.
Because I had gotten information that when somebody very close to me was doing some very potent kind of drugs with this person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
And it was real close to home. And the next day I lost a studio movie.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? If anybody else's wife was given what she was given, and their husband found out about it, I didn't know any other way to react.
Right.
But yes, I'm in the movie business, and I walk into a public place and I knock some kid out cold, and he ended up in the hospital for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Maybe it's because I came from a different neck of the woods, and if you're given, and I ain't talking about fucking marijuana or anything silly,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about real heavy shit.
Right.
And I took it real personal.
Right.
And fuck it, man. I remember my agent calling me up and going, "Are you crazy?"
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, "Wait, Dave, you don't understand." He goes, "Understand?" He goes, "For 6 years we've been trying to get this job."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, this was only like about 3.5 years ago I did this.
Mm-hmm.
That it was the first stupid thing I'd done in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But it made me look at myself and go, "Oh my God, I got such a long way to go."
Mm. Yeah.
I wrote this producer a letter and I said, well, if it was your wife and she was given this particular drug by this particular person, you saw the person and you knew about it,
Mm-hmm.
what would you do?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe might not knock him out, but he might think about it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, let me ask you. I mean, if that type of situation that angered you that much happened today, what would you do?
Well, fortunately, I'm not in a position where I would do anything today about it because the circumstances are different now.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, for something else that personal happened to you, that angered you as much, not necessarily, that.
There's been things that have.
Uh huh.
There's been a couple other. Yeah, there's been a couple of things that have been more in the last year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a couple of things that are worse than that.
Right.
And I haven't reacted.
Right.
And I go to see a therapist twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of soul searching, spend a lot of time by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I can't let the smoke out of the dragon anymore. It'll just fucking burn up.
Mm-hmm.
There won't be anything left.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I remember I study a martial arts. It's a Korean style called Hanando.
Yeah.
With a guy named Henry Lee.
Uh-huh.
And I remember his father, who was the supreme master, grabbed me. He feels all the pulses,
Mm-hmm.
And Master Lee's father said, "Mickey's burnt up all the wood. He's burnt up all of the there's no more, how did he say it? There's no more, he's burnt up all the fire in the wood. There's no more water left in the, no more something or other.
Yeah.
Left in my energy."
Yeah.
He said it was all burnt out from the anger.
Wow.
And he could just feel this by touching, by feeling my pulses
Mm-hmm.
and looking in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, and I thought, well, how right he is.
Mm-hmm.
He put it in his particular terms.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But it made a lot of sense to me.
Right. I mean, it sounds to me like you're going through a more sort of a spiritual, stage.
Well, yeah, like I said, I don't believe.
Where you're trying to balance things out more and.
Well, I think when you finally, you looking
Right.
up, and there's fucking, you can't reach the top, and it's just slippery and slidey, and it's all dark, and you know, you don't even see any daylight. You gotta fucking, and you only can hear your own heartbeat. You gotta go, wait a minute, I'm in this alone. The only person that can fix it is me, and I've got to do the best I can to get out of this hole.
Right.
And so the best I can do to get out of the hole is be the best human being that I can be, and look at myself and go, wait a minute, I have to forgive this. That's not for me to judge, and I can't be the judge anymore, and I can't be the jury,
Right.
and I certainly can't be the executioner anymore.
Right.
I can't be no judge, no jury, no nothing. I gotta just let it go. I gotta let it all go and just, you know, thump with the lumps, you know. And you know, at the end of the day, my friend, if it doesn't come back around for me, you know, I made it out of the jungle where I came from.
Right. I mean, you've obviously faced a lot of demons. I mean, major demons. You know. I mean, me having talked to Harvey Keitel, his whole work is about, you know, facing demons.
Well, I mean,
you know,
if I go back to
going to the
Miami,
dark side.
I could spend a whole day and night visiting graves, you know. I mean, it's like the guys who I hung with, the guys who who were my friends that I rolled with. You know, very few of them made it out. You know, I got guys I grew up with that are still in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's like, I used to say, oh, but I made it out. You know, but you know what? That's not good enough for me anymore.
No.
I was given a ticket out a long time ago.
Right.
And so that doesn't wash with me. I can't like thump my chest at that because there's still a lot of work to do. I'm not pushing up flowers yet. You know.